Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we're in the Porsche 959 here in Forza Horizon 4 today. We're going to jump in and try to knock this weekly challenge out. As you can see, I just got the first part of it. Now we got to go find some dirt trail events to do. I believe that's what it said anyways. Yeah, we guys got to kind of really check and make sure. Yeah, it's dirt trail events, that's what I thought. Because some of like your daily challenges are worded kind of weird. You gotta look at the icon to see if it's actually a trail or like a scramble event or whatever it might be that you're doing that week. Since we're already so close to the Asmore Rally Trail, we'll go ahead and head down here and do this one. I did skip over doing a build in this video because it's probably going to be a decently lengthy video just because of the amount of stuff we do have to do for this weekly challenge. But this is a fairly basic overall off-road rally build. It's almost the top of S1. I was like 1 point away and I just couldn't figure out a combination of parts that would have been good to get me to the top of S1, so settled for $8.99. If you guys don't know much about this car or its history, I highly recommend you go and do a little looking around. I know there's a couple YouTube videos I've seen in the past. It's just a really crazy car that really shouldn't exist in any way, but Porsche decided just to go for it and build it. So if you have time, definitely check that out. So these wet conditions should make this prove to be a pretty interesting race, I have a feeling. Definitely not because I've already done it a couple times trying to actually get a win out of this. The AI being overly aggressive definitely hasn't been helping matters any either. I'm not sure exactly what it is with this tune or setup that's wrong, but I cannot manage to get rid of that really wobbly oversteer this thing seems to get at times. I've tried quite a few different things in the tuning, and this is honestly the best it's been. Oh. Got fender checked by that Bugatti there. Oh no. Oh, come on. You can really tell the AI cars are not set up for dirt at all. They are braking so early in all the dirt areas. Oh no. Oh my gosh, AI. seriously left me nowhere to go either there. Thankfully, I was able to land ahead of him that time, so he didn't go straight into me again. Finally. I mean, granted, I only gave that 3 tries up till then, but usually doesn't take me that many tries to get first against AI, especially in dirt racing. So as you can see, I jumped over here to the White Horse Hill Trail for this, and we're stuck in the rain again, so hopefully this doesn't get too crazy. Quite a few other Porsche 959s in this series. Well, it's not really a series, but technically at the same time it kind of is. You know, I wasn't really taking into consideration the fact that this is a mid-engine car when I was talking about the way it just kind of unpredictably oversteers, and it seems like the rear end shifts around on me. And it just occurred to me it's because there's an engine back there. Kind of wondering if the dirt's ever going to come in this race, but I'm pretty sure it's up here right after this corner. It's definitely some odd cars you would never see out on the dirt in this race. Oh my gosh, I thought I was gonna land on him. Straight up thought that Lotus was dead. You gotta really be careful with this setup around these switchbacks like this, because the suspension setup's so loose with the rally setup. If you try to go back the other way into the second part of the switchback, or S, whatever you want to call it, you're gonna slide out. You can literally feel on my wheel as the weight shifts, the wheel just starts to pull away from me, and that's the point where I know I pushed just a little too hard around a corner in this thing. So as you can see, we're at Derwentwater Trail for this event. It's one of my favorite off-road trails. It's a really, really fun one. Starting to get a little annoyed with all the Jags today. Keep causing me problems every race I get into with them. Oh, really pitched the car around when I hit that water. I probably should have left the ride height a little bit higher. This is definitely one of the trails that you can kind of make some brave cuts if you really know the track, because there's a lot of places where there's just rocks sitting off and bushes where you can't see them, so you don't want to cut in the wrong place for sure. But if you do take the right ones, you can really make some time up through here. Oh, that was a really bad launch. This thing revs out so quick when you handbrake. You gotta really be ready for the next gear, or you're gonna over rev it. Oh, that was almost a lot worse than it was. There's some of that rear engine snap oversteer goodness for you though. And now I'm just doing terribly. Oh, I clipped the wall. Still a good shot across the finish line though. So as you can see, next up we have some street scene events. So I'm going to jump back to the festival real quick, change the suspension around a little, and I'll be right back. You guys can see we are at our first street scene event. I'm really hoping this goes okay because I hate doing street scene events in general, and this one is really starting to get to me. The AI has been rubber banding like no tomorrow in this race. It doesn't matter how fast I drive, I cannot catch first place somehow. It's not like I'm playing on unbeatable or even expert today. So hopefully this goes okay this time. Nope, not redoing this race. Not again. This thing gets real squirrely on you. The best analogy to what I can describe driving this car on a wheel with this kind of power is like the equivalent of trying to ride a bull or a horse that's never been tamed and broken. It's just constantly trying to throw you and buck you off and do stuff like that. Oh, I thought I could squeeze up the inside and make up a little time on him, and didn't have enough of a window there. Oh my God. I really made a horrible decision on this race. There we go. Thank you, finally. That should not have been that difficult. I turned the difficulty down even, and it was still that hard to catch the lead car. So as you can see, our second street scene event is gonna be in the rain, which is absolutely great. So excited for that. Really hope you guys can take the sarcasm in that for what it is and not actually believe me that I'm excited for that. Sometimes I don't mind racing in the rain, but not in street scene racing here in Forza Horizon 4. It's compounding an already pretty nasty problem. Oh, good. 100% thought that was an AI. I was racing there that I was coming up behind. I knew that was that corner too, and I just stayed in it anyways. Oh, I hate rewinding, but I'm not trying to redo these street scene events 10 times to get a win out of it. Ooh, forgot that's a solid barrier there. I was kind of expecting to go into it, even though I didn't really want to. Instead, I just bounce off. Oh no. Well. Guess go back just a little further to see if I can keep him off of me and from pushing me directly into that car, maybe? Yeah, I really don't know what the AI's deal is today, but they're being way more aggressive than usual, driving like absolute idiots, and somehow rubber banding once they do get the lead to the point where you almost can't catch them no matter how well you drive. It's okay though, because I got a clean shot now because of their mistake. So glad this race is over. That's honestly all I can say to you, because I really, really hate doing street scene in this game. At least in higher class cars. In lower class cars, it's pretty fun, honestly. But in anything fast with a lot of power, I despise them because they're always in bad weather. Alright, so we are here at the highway for our last challenge. I did turn it on to offline mode to spawn some more traffic. Usually that helps with near misses or threading the needle skills. And because for ultimate near misses, you need to be moving pretty quick, I did jump back and throw the Porsche 918 Spider engine in. We're putting out like 1,380 horsepower roughly. So hopefully this thing's fast enough now. Okay, so here's what I'm gathering, is I need to be at least 220-ish miles an hour and get as close as possible to actually get an ultimate near miss. So I take that back. I believe that I just wrecked terribly. But no, I believe what it actually is judged by is the distance to the car. I don't think it actually has to do with speed at all. Because I was not over 200 and I did manage to get a couple there. Oh, there we go. And I just hit another car. So that makes me think that maybe I was wrong about that. I think it has to do with speed as well, because I wasn't close to those last cars when I got it. I'm really not exactly sure how they trigger. I think it's kind of a luck of the draw thing almost, which DJ Lime mentioned that in his video too, that it's kind of random when they show up. As you can see, we did get 80% on spring as well though, so now I also have the new Lotus Elise in the game. So that's pretty awesome. And before we end the video, since the video is already going to be super long anyways, let's open up these few wheel spins I've saved up today and see what we get. That NSXR would have been nice. It's a pretty rare car. So far garbage. A little bit better. Awesome, more shoes. Yeah, these wheel spins are absolutely trash today. Oh my gosh. You couldn't have gave me the 150,000. Okay, so my thoughts on this weekly challenge, it's definitely a little more difficult than the others, at least on the wheel. And I say that because cars handle a lot differently between the wheel and controller, at least from what little bit I've used a controller in Horizon 4, which is very little at all. And on the wheel with this car, it's just extremely hard to keep under control. It's constantly trying to pull you around where it wants to go because of the weight in the rear end of the car. And then you're battling the all-wheel drive understeer too all the time, so it's constantly a battle of understeer and oversteer with this thing. And then I don't know what the deal is today with the AI. Some days they're just super easy to beat, and other days it feels like you have the difficulty just cranked up super high when you don't. Besides that, it was a fun challenge overall. I could have done without street racing for sure, because I don't like street racing in this game. It's not fun to me unless, like I said, it's a lower class vehicle. Then it tends to be more fun that way. Because you're not going 180 miles an hour and there's suddenly just cars around a blind corner. You actually have time to react in a lot of the lower class vehicles. Whereas in this car, you're going so fast and the car tends to snap oversteer or understeer so badly, you don't really have a way to do anything when you come around a corner and there's a car there. Gripes aside though, it was a fun series challenge. It wasn't a series. It was a fun challenge to do. It's definitely worth the 200 Forza-thon points. It takes a lot less time doing that than what it would to go out and try to just get them through Forza-thons. Plus, it gives you a decent percentage to add onto your festival playlist, like you saw on mine, and unlock our bonus vehicles. But I'm going to leave it at that for today, guys. I've complained enough about street racing in this video for sure. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.